Okay, so let's roll the video. So I just arrived at this house. I was invited by the owner, whose name is Mary. She has been a dealer forever, and I've bought tons of her. And so she's invited me to her private sale, so I'm gonna see what she's got. Hopefully it's some good stuff. We shall see. Hello.
Hi. I want to show you some stuff out here first.
Oh, okay.
How you doing, Abby?
I'm good.
Those two pillars, I'm selling the two of them for $25 for the pair.
Ooh.
And the wagon I'm selling for $35. Right here. Behind you.
Behind me?
Right there.
Right?
Put your hand out.
Oh, this? Oh, the wagon. Ooh, that's cool. All right, what else? So I think I'm gonna pass on those, but let's see what else you have. Awesome.
You're wearing it's freezing outside, girl.
Well, you can't count on the weather. Like, it was sunny earlier, then it was pouring. So Mary's basement is huge, but she only sells in this tiny space. Right away, I picked up that little brass bowl. I think it was like $3. So behind that pile of stuff was a treasure that I think was probably my best find of the last couple of months, and that was this beautiful yard-long oil painting of roses from the early 1900s. I kept looking at that set of nesting bowls, picking it up, putting it down, picking them up, putting them down. I did finally buy them because they are very mid-century, and I think if I remember right, the name of this pattern is called Organdy. I only paid $25 and I marked them at $85 in my store. I think that's a good deal for a complete set. This was pretty, but it was actually a new piece. But if you didn't know any better, it looks like an old American piece of pottery. And then there's this. So I couldn't pass this up for only $10. I was really intrigued with this glass jar with a metal holder, and I couldn't figure out what it said on it, although I was also trying to film, so that was a little bit distracting. I love a good tray. That one had some flaws on it, so I didn't grab it. Although I did grab this little sewing basket. I've sold these for up to $25, and this one was in mint condition. I think I already have that on my online store. And then there's just a bunch of stuff on these tables. I definitely grabbed both of these. There was 2 of them. I grabbed them both. I think they're just so beautiful. It was probably the only piece of mid-century that she had. These were cute, but right away she said they were not for sale. They're placeholders, and so you would put one of these little ladies in front of each place setting for your guests. And I've had these half dolls. These are pretty cool. They take a while to sell in the store or online, but eventually they do sell. They're just really very feminine, but they're pincushions for your vanity. And I did pick these up. I love the watercolors, and so this is a very common style of Mexican town scenes, but these are definitely older pieces, and I just thought they were really pretty. So she always has a variety of art, and a couple of years ago, I think at the first sale I ever went to, I picked up 2 nudes by a local artist called Halden, and I sold those 2 nudes. It took 2 years to sell them, but somebody finally bought them for $175 for the pair. So I always look through art. I thought this was kind of cool. I mean, it's just off of a cigar box, but I thought it would be cool, like in a little bar area, lounge area in your home. I don't know why I didn't pick up that piece. We've sold some of these like hand-tinted photograph prints. So this is, I think, the most I paid for anything here, $20 on that particular frame. And I definitely grabbed this one. I couldn't see the price. I think it was either $10 or $15. I grabbed this one for $5. It's not actually vintage. The frame is, but the print is not. But for $5, I really love the color scheme, and I'm a total Francophile, so I thought that was a pretty cool print. And this I should have grabbed. It's absolutely stunning. Just even for the frame, it is stunning. So I wasn't going to get this one, but ultimately I decided I wanted it for myself. So this was a big advertising piece on cardboard, and it was in really, really bad shape. But my gosh, look at the colors, look at the fonts, the graphics. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, I own a brick and mortar store in Poulsbo, Washington by the name of Abigail's Artful Abode. And then I'm also an online reseller on Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and now on Depop. So all the links should be down below in the description. Or if you see anything you like, you are always welcome to send me a message or even just leave a comment down below. I read all the comments, and if I happen to have the item, I can ship it to you directly and probably save you some money. So that pick was so much fun. I know I say that every single week, but I love it when old time antique dealers like Mary call me and have me come out and pick through all the things that they have curated. On this particular video, all we're gonna do is stuff from Mary's basement garage. So I remember seeing these when I was a kid. I think we even owned one, but it's an oil painting done on a piece of wood. Look at that. They were kind of a novelty items. I don't know why they always remind me of like the redwood forests. I feel like we may have picked one up or something like this when we used to go camping when I was a kid. I don't know why, but when I saw this particular print, right off the bat, I thought of kind of a club room or, I don't know, kind of, it reminds me of the dogs playing pool, except these dogs are actually, it looks like they're in court. Right? It's just a really fun print. It's definitely vintage. The frame is vintage. How much do you want to bet like a man will probably buy that? Why? I don't know, but it really appealed to me. I will price this at $35. I love the subject matter and I love the framing as well. The next three pieces are very, very Victorian. And one of the things that kind of breaks my heart is a lot of Victorian pieces right now aren't being valued, but the amount of work and intricacy that goes into these pieces, you can't find that kind of workmanship nowadays. So this one, I'm going to keep for myself. It is so stunning. Look at that beautiful, beautiful frame. I mean, the frame alone, I know people probably hear this all the time, but the frame alone, I mean, you can't buy a frame like this today for less than $250 if you were to go have it made in the frame shop. And you can tell that this is from the early 1900s, maybe even late 1800s. Look at the back on this particular frame. And the content though, I mean, she is just stunning. And there's some kind of like silk work behind the matting. I've never seen that before. But I have a gallery wall in my hallway and I'm gonna keep her for myself because I think she's so stunning. And anyways, I was happy to pick her up. Okay, I know I said I was gonna keep the last one for myself, but I also completely fell in love with this one. Look at that. They call these long frames, they usually call these yard frames because they're usually a yard long. This is also an early 19th century or 1900s frame that was hand painted in oils, and look at the age on this. I mean, this is so old, but I happen to collect these rose paintings. I have several of these. These are not cheap. I mean, to buy one like this in an antique store, you're easily looking at $150 to $250 for a piece like this. This next piece is also really stunning. It is a lithograph, and this is also an early 1900s piece. Look at the colors. It is simply beautiful. And It looks like somebody put a different mat on this. I was looking at it to make sure that this is an original, but it definitely is. And it says, God bless this home. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? On this one, I think I will list this one online, and I think I'm gonna put $125 because the lithograph is in pristine condition. So the one thing from that early era that does sell really well at the store are butter pats, and I haven't actually found any in a while, but Mary had a couple of them. Aren't those pretty? They look like ironstone, and they look to be maybe like 2.5 inches wide, and you would put these next to your gas plate, and it would hold their own little pats of butter. The next two pieces I really love because it's the era that I've been looking for the last couple months, and that is more of this mid-century modern look. Are these not stunning? Look how beautiful these are. They're heavy. They have heavy bases. They have just that little thin top, but these are very on trend right now. I love this green color. I think it would look so pretty with just a stem coming out of it, you know, a twig of something of some sort, but they are so pretty. These will go online. I will sell them separately, and I'm gonna price each one at $35 because they are that unusual and that pretty. I know you saw me pick this one up. It caught my eye right away. This is probably also from the early 1900s. I can't remember what this woodworking is, but it's basically, you would take this hot little metal pokey thing and you would create a design on the box. It will come to me. But I love the subject matter. It's this lady with these poppies, and there is a big crack on the front, but I don't care. I mean, I just think it's so cool. So these came in all kinds of sizes and shapes, and they were meant to hold your accessory items like your handkerchiefs, your collars, your brushes. A lot of times they would actually write what the box was for on it. So I think it's super cool. It does say something on the bottom. It says Flemish art on the bottom. So this was probably, people would do these at home, but obviously they were also mass manufactured. I have this really wonderful little fish plate. I don't know what it was used for. To me, it kind of just looks like a little maybe tourist item, something that you would pick up on vacation. It was made in West Germany. I don't know if you could see the maker, but I really loved the colors. And since we live close to the water, nautical stuff can be pretty popular, so people look for that. And then this one I really loved because it's marked Italia. So this is an ashtray from Air Italia. That's what I'm thinking is Italia, Air Italia. She had some other items from airlines. There was like forks from Alaska Airlines, and then there were some plates from some other airlines, and so they were pretty cool. But the only one I picked up was this one. Could you imagine? Not only did people smoke on the plane, but then they had these little ceramic ashtrays that they would pass out. So I had to stand up for these two items because they're so heavy and large. So the first one is this beautiful plant stand in the Eastlake style. This is solid wood. It's super heavy, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then this is the other big piece I got from her. It's so heavy, but it's this huge, it almost looks like a ceramic porcelain bathtub. And what's interesting is I had seen one of these, except I think this is the real thing. It's got a mark on the bottom, and the mark, it was made in Italy, and it's culinary essential. So it isn't old, but it's so cool. I had to put it down. Anyways, I had seen one of these at the Goodwill in Seattle. Gosh, I think it was about 6 months ago. And it was $15, but it had a big crack in it. And I had gone down a couple aisles, and then I decided I didn't care. I thought it was super cool because of the size, because it looks like ironstone. And I circled back, and sure enough, it was gone. So let that be a lesson to you. Let that be a lesson to me. Like, if you see something you like, grab it. Just like on the last video, I just keep kicking myself that I didn't grab that lucite table. But anyways, I love it. That's obviously going to the store. Both of those are, because they're super, super heavy. And I don't know what I'm going to mark them at yet. I'll probably mark the white porcelain ironstone looking bathtub culinary essential. I'll probably put like $85 on that. I actually think it would be beautiful as a centerpiece at like an outdoor wedding, or you could put punch in it, or you could use it for flower arrangements, or you could plant flowers in it. So there's so many different ways to use it. So anyways, I know somebody's gonna love it, and it probably won't last very long. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this early 1900s Victorian antique haul with other genres and other eras sprinkled in there, and that if you get a chance to get out and get to some garage sales or estate sales, that the junkie gods are with you and that you find some fabulous stuff, and I shall see you next week.